Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. In today's video, we're gonna talk about auto formatting using Visual Studio Code for Node.js projects. So basically, let me close all of this. So as we can see here, this is a React Native project, and what we are having is that we have auto formatted enabled. So I will show you the end result, then I will walk you step by step how to reach to this end result. So basically, this is as we can see here, we have implemented too many empty lines. Now we shouldn't implement too many empty lines. Now Visual Studio knows there are too many empty lines, and there shouldn't be too many empty lines, and he knows how to fix these too many empty lines linting error. So basically, if I press here outside, it's going to save and it's going to lint, to auto format everything. So we are going to talk about auto formatting for Node.js projects using Visual Studio Code, how to enable this. So basically, it's going to be done on 5 steps. So let me return back Visual Studio Code to the case it was on your device. I will return Visual Studio Code to the case it was on your device. So I have disabled Prettier, and I have disabled ESLint, and I have reset the settings here. The settings are now empty, and I have disabled Prettier, and I have disabled ESLint. So now what I would like to, the first thing to do is that we would like to install ESLint. We are going to 5 steps. First, number 1, let's write them here in a comment. 1, install ESLint. Okay, so there is a plugin in extensions. You type ESLint and then you will install this ESLint plugin. I already have it installed. I'm just gonna have it enabled. So before I enable, as you can see here, I have pressed too many lines. This is the case at your on your device. I'm going to another file. It doesn't save. It doesn't even know that there are errors here. It can't see. Now there will be progress when I install ESLint. I haven't installed it yet. I installed it, but I haven't enabled it yet. It's disabled. Now I'm going to enable ESLint. Let's see what is the change that is going to happen. Let's enable it. Now ESLint is enabled. Now it has taught Visual Studio Code to see the errors. Now Visual Studio Code knows how to see the errors. So basically, as you can see here, it's lighting. It's giving us this red color. So it tells us that, you know what, something is wrong here, and but I don't know how to fix it. So it's telling us that I know that there is something wrong here. But how did it know that there was something wrong here? As we can see here, there are 2 files here. The first one is called ESLint. The second one is called the Prettier. These files contain the rules. Again, these files contain the rules. So where are these files and how to create them? They are already pre-created and pre-configured for every project that you create for NPM using your default framework. So I'm using React Native. React Native has already these rules, and Prettier has already rules. So basically, these files are auto-created when using your favorite framework. In Node.js, let that framework be React Native. These files were already created using React Native. I edited them a little bit, but they were already created using React Native. So your favorite framework already got these files. So basically, these files tell the rules, and what this ESLint extension does is that it finds this file here, and then it applies all these files on the project. So now, since it applies these rules on the project, it knows that there is something wrong here. Now Visual Studio Code knows the mistakes, but he doesn't know how to fix them. So now what we would like to do is that we would like to have a formatter the formatter is going to fix these issues. So the formatter here is going to be Prettier. Prettier is a formatter. Now we are going to enable it. I already have it installed, but I have it disabled for this course, for this video. So what I would like you to do is that I would like you to enable to install this. Now since this Prettier is now enabled, now Prettier is working. So now we can format the file. So basically to format the file I have to right click, format with Prettier. Now the file is formatted. Again, this is the second step. So again, the first one is install ESLint. The second one is install Prettier. So the second step is to install Prettier again. So basically I have kept pressing here enter, and now right click, format with Prettier code formatter. Okay, amazing. But we want more. We want more from the settings. So now we have to change. We are going. The third step is that we are going to default formatter. So we are going to settings, default formatter. So now we would like to set the default formatter to Prettier. So now we would like to set the default formatter to be Prettier. So now let's go to settings here on this gear icon, and the gear icon here, and then you go to settings, and then you type here formatter, and then you choose ESLint, Prettier, sorry, you choose Prettier. Let that be your default formatter. That is the third step. So now when we click here, and now we have an error, a linting error. So basically we can now right click, and then we can format document here. Now the document is formatted because Prettier is the default formatter. Again, enter, right click, format document, or shift alt F, shift alt F. So shift alt F, format. So now the document is formatted. Now we go to the fourth step, which is format on save. So settings, format on save. This is the fourth step. So you go to settings, and then you type here save, and then I would like you to format on save. Check this box. And now we don't have to right click like here, format document. We can just save. Now every time we save, it's going to automatically format. Again, file, save, it's going to automatically format. Save, it's going to format the file. The last step is that save, settings, auto save. So the last step is settings, auto save. So now we would like to go here and type here save in the settings. Again, how to go to the settings? Press this gear icon, settings, and then type here save, auto save, on focus change. Just type it here, auto save, on focus change. What does this do is that if you press here, the file is not saved. If we press outside of this document, it's going to save. It considers that we have focused somewhere else. We are setting save on focus change. We focused somewhere else. Now let's focus here, for example. It's saved already. So these are the five steps. Number 1, install ESLint, a plugin. Number 2, install Prettier. Number 3, settings, default formatter, let it be Prettier. Number 4, format on save. And number 5, auto save on focus change. So these are the 5 steps in order for you to format Node.js projects using Visual Studio Code. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Assalamu alaikum. Goodbye.